and having people just swinging on you in the last 200. Usually I like to be the hunter. Today I was getting hunted. We ran pretty quick. I knew that there was a scratch in our heat, and so if it went fast enough, we could have the top 5 guys make it through the final, which is what happened. I got 4th. My teammate Kadali got 2nd, obviously. So I hate losing. It's not how I want to make the final, but check the box, and so now it's on to the next.
Did you set that hot pace intentionally then?
I wanted it to be quick today. I didn't want to have to lead, but the way it broke, I didn't want to be in what we call like the washing machine, so like we were getting bumped around in the middle of the pack. And so if I was the lead, I wanted to make it honest. I didn't want to be leading and have it go through relatively slow, so we're having to kick and it's just top 2 make the final. So I was playing the game today, making sure that we had as many through in our heat as possible.
Good job.
Yeah, you too, man.
So you feel like you got much left for Friday night?
I do. Yeah, if I'm being completely honest with you, I had some more gears to go through on that backstretch, and I kind of hesitated because I didn't know if I wanted to burn those matches to hold the lead, or if I wanted to sit and then play the hunter in the last 200. That's what I did, and I still just didn't quite have enough. They were moving pretty quick. The winner ran faster than my PB today. I think that if I am not leading that first 600, and I'm able to save some matches, then I'll be able to execute what I've been working on, which is my last 200.
It sounds like maybe from the start you felt like you were kind of between a rock and a hard place.
Yeah, a little bit. It was like, do you get boxed in or do you take the lead? My teammate Kadai did a really good job of finding the rail, staying in 2nd or 3rd place, then being ready to close it. So he ran really, really well today. I'm sure that Jerry will be really happy with that.
What's it like running with your teammate in the same heat?
I love it. I was telling my teammates earlier, I feel like competitors can be a little bit intimidated by him at times. They don't really know how he trains or what his strengths are. And when you're going up against a 142 guy, that's intimidating. If I didn't know him, I'd be scared as hell going up against Kadali. And even though I do know him, sometimes I'm scared going up against him. He's unbelievably talented, so sometimes it's hard to gauge if he's going to go out there and just kill it or messes up his tactics and doesn't have quite the best day. But I feel like we work really well together. Every single race that I've ever ran with him, I feel like we both get the job done. We execute on the day. So today, that's what it was.
You took a pretty good fall at the end there.
Yeah, he actually, okay? I saw his shoulder. It looked like it was pretty scraped up. He went into medical. Fingers crossed he's okay, but I'm sure even if he had a broken arm or something, he'd probably still line up for that final on Friday.
You mentioned earlier just about how you guys get a journey that pushes you guys to go that faster. Have you ever seen him run that fast?
Yeah, we've gone quick a couple times. But yeah, when he hits that top gear and he's really pumping his arms, you can see why he's a 142 guy. He has the turnover, he has the speed endurance, he's really good. He's tough to beat. So I'm gonna have to kind of review the film and then probably play my cards a little bit differently on Friday to see how I can beat him.
You mentioned that you usually go from being the hunter to the hunted today.
Yeah.
How much did that kind of change your game plan today?
Yeah, right. In the moment, you always have an idea of how you think the race is going to go. But in the moment, it usually plays out a little bit differently. And so no matter how a race goes, I never panic. I always try and stay calm and relaxed and just adjust accordingly to make sure that I can optimize my performance on the day. Today, I've made some decisions in the moment that I thought would optimize my performance that probably didn't. In that last 250, I didn't play my cards quite right and ended up not having the right gears at the right time in that last 200. And so, yeah, I'm just going to watch the race film, come up with a new plan for Friday, and get ready for a quick one. Me and Kadali are in really good shape right now. We've done some workouts that were really impressive. And so I know that it's in there. I knew that performance, leading, that was almost a PB for me, and I led the first 600 of it. There's a lot more in there. I can promise that.
You talked about